New Year's messages. Can you believe this year has come and gone? So I want to tune into some beautiful New Year's messages for you for 2024. And I know that whatever this year brings, the theme that Spirit's been giving me is flexibility. As in, expect the unexpected and be ready for anything to happen. But in saying that, you are in the space of creation as well. So you can create your reality. So maybe, through 2024, have a few backup plans, be prepared, maybe have a stash of cash hiding, like actual physical money. And it doesn't have to be a lot, but it just needs to be some. And with your, the investment houses like your banks, your superannuation, that type of thing, make sure that you're having physical copies of your statements every month or so. Just hold on to that, because as we get everything online, as we rely heavily on the internet, it can be a little bit taxing at times when we have the crazy weather, when we have, electrical outages, that type of thing. It may very well be hard to charge a telephone. You may not be able to contact someone, those type of things. So generators, the charging booths, what are they called? The charging blocks or whatever you put your phones on, all those things. So if, for instance, you didn't have access to your bank, access to electricity, just for a day, a week or more, what would you rely on? What would you do? And I'm not saying this at all by any means to scare anyone. I'm just saying be prepared for the unexpected. Now that's worst case scenario. The best case scenario could be anything magical is possible. You can create new relationships. You can create your space, a working space. You can start working for yourself. You can rearrange your working hours, the people you work with. If you are looking to retire or something to that effect, what does that look like? What does that look like? So we're absolutely, as a collective, in a space of taking back our personal realities, not relying on systems, people, etc. Now, I feel like I've said enough just to plant a seed or two to know that 2024, we have a lot of solar flares, we have a lot of earth interruptions, Mother Nature. So expect that. Be prepared. But I really feel as though everybody, or most people, or you guys anyway, most people listening to this have thought about this. And it might not be a conversation you've had with others, but it's certainly something that you're equipped, you're ready, I'm not seeing exactly what that is, but I know that we all need to become quite resilient in ourselves and prepared. So let's get into these beautiful messages for 2024, into the new year messages for you. So tune in, close your eyes, and when you open your eyes, have a look at the 3 different fireworks, because it's a time of celebration, it's a time of renewal. The collective's frequency is stepping up, more powerful than ever in this lifetime as yet. And let's just see what Spirit wants to share with you. Don't forget to listen to the end, because this is the last chance to get a free reading in December. So listen to the end so I can share with you how to win. Let's get to it. Okay, fireworks number 1. When I tune into your energy straight away, I feel as though you're the bridge between people. You're the peacemaker. There's something here that you're in the middle of the peace. And take, this is a general reading, so take what resonates. But for some of you, it's like you're the one that's communicating. So you might be the one that's keeping your friendship circle together, your family together, the messenger between you and someone, two parties, and you're the messenger. So you might be someone's PA at work and you relay the messages or whatever it may be. So there are a few different examples, but I feel as though you're in the middle. I feel as though you're in the middle at the moment, and it's becoming quite taxing. It's like you want to you want to bridge the gap. You want to bring the people together, but you don't want that to be your sole purpose. Because I feel as though in doing this, and I don't feel like you're doing this, but there is potential if you keep doing it that you can lose yourself in this, going to and fro. Let's get some cards. Let's see what's going on with you, my darling. All right, the first card is time to decide. Now, it says make a decision based on your heart's true desires. It feels as though it's like there's two parties. And you can see where they're both coming from, but without you, there's a communication breakdown. And it feels as though you don't have to choose sides here. That's not the message here. It's more so to choose yourself. The decision here is for you to absolutely choose yourself and step out of it and allow them to work it out. Allow them to work it out. Now, it's a little bit hard if this is job related because you have a role, but I feel as though you're doing more than you signed up to do. You're doing way more than you signed up to do, and it's time to really have a look at. So coming into the new year, it's like assess everything that you've done or allowed yourself to be part of in 2023. And really, I know that you've really tried really hard. I can feel that here. I know that you're a people pleaser. I know that you want to give so much of your heart and soul. But in 2024, Spirit's showing me that it's time that you really just give that to yourself. And if that means stepping away from some of the responsibility that you know what, a lot of this responsibility you've just done yourself. People haven't asked for it. They just relied on you and expected, and you've just brought so much of yourself. And it's like it's time for you to decide to keep that energy to yourself first, and then give after that, rather than just give and then you take what's left, which is very minimal. So I know that having a look at everything you've achieved and everything you've done in 2023, things are changing. Things are changing. And you've got signs and reminders. Things are changing. You're stepping up very much closer to Spirit. Your connection with Spirit has definitely compounded, if that's the word they're showing me, compounded. The signs and reminders are absolutely everywhere for you. It's like, you're seeing all the synchronicities, the numbers, you're bumping into people when you think about them, or you think about them in phone rings, or you get a text message. And this isn't just normal text messages. It's like people that you haven't spoken to for months on end. And they just literally, you run into them at the shops, or you get a text message from them, or you hear from them, or someone talks about them. Because Spirit's very close to you to let you know that you're really changing your path, because 2024 is very much about soul path for you. Soul path. Now, all of a sudden I'm getting quite hot. So I know I get very hot when Spirit comes close. So I know that you need to be reassured that when you choose yourself, you get back on track. you get back on track, because 2023 was very much about others. 2024 is about self for you. Self. Scares the shit out of you by the feel of it. Choosing you. What? No, I don't need that. Yeah, you do. Because that's what's going to get you back on track, and that's going to help humanity. It's going to help people even more when you see your worth. I love it. You have been working. Listen to this. I've got to get my glasses here for you. You have been worthy to belong to love all along. You've been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Oh, and look at that. Beautiful tiger right in the middle. And all the synchronicities, the butterflies around. You'll find that animals will be very pulled toward you whilst you're shifting. And it feels like quite a shift here, because when you have to focus on yourself, it becomes a little bit uncomfortable, because you know there's so much else that you feel that you're being pulled toward. And it's like this power that comes back to you. You're finding your inner self and your truth. And this soul purpose, this soul path will show up. It's like you start walking on this path not knowing where you're going. And the more you walk, the more the path opens up in front of you. I'm getting a visualization of the yellow brick road, actually. The yellow brick road. So that could mean something as well. You might, watch Wizard of Oz, or there might be a Dorothy or Yellow Brick Road. I know there's a company called Yellow Brick Road as well. So, but you're walking toward the unknown. But you could feel that that's where, you're being pulled by your heart. Your heart is leading now in 2024. And you get the letting go card as well. And it says, everything is indeed out of control and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. Everything is indeed out of control. And look at that. You see, there's another wild animal there. It's really you've got animals around again. You've got butterflies there. You've got a little bird there. The animals are really showing up, and I can really feel like the wild animal within you needs to be expressed. There's a lot of unknowns in 2024 for you, and that can bring a little bit of anxiety, but it also brings excitement. And it's making that decision to not be the middle person all the time, not be the one that puts out all the spot fires for everybody else. You can certainly suggest how to do it or show them how to do it, but just don't do it for them. It's different. My kids are growing up, and I have to grow up with them almost, They're not little anymore, they're older. So I have to mature with my mothering. It changes. I empower them. I show them that they can do it more and more. And that's what I feel like where you're at. You're going to show people that they can do it for themselves more and more. And you sort of slowly let them grow up around you. And I'm not talking about kids. It can be kids, but not all kids. It's everybody around you that you need to remove yourself from being the solution. And last but not least, we get the individuality card. Another bird. Look at all the birds, my darling. Look at all the butterflies. What the heck? So birds and butterflies in all these cards. I want to have a quick check. Let's just pull a random one. Oh, yeah, there's butterflies there. Butterflies there. Maybe there's butterflies in all these decks. Yeah, this deck's got a lot of butterflies. Oh, no, there's no butterflies in that. No butterflies there. There's butterflies in a lot of these cards, I won't lie, but not all of them. But you're getting all of them. And it says, every person has their own personalised study plan in this earth school. Yeah. That's very much soul purpose, soul path energy that I'm getting with you. And everything that you've gone through now, you're bringing in. So have a look at everything that's happened and what part you've played in 2023. Take out the parts you love. Do more of that. Do more of that. But step away and let go. Oh, it's a beautiful one, but it's just that middleman energy that I get that you need to remove yourself from. And that, my darling, is your message for the fireworks stepping into the new year. Very exciting for you. You're stepping up. But don't forget to wait till the end so I can give you an opportunity to win a one-on-one reading with myself. And I'll let you know how to do that right at the end. Okay, fireworks number 2. Aren't you looking forward to the new year? Aren't you looking forward to a fresh energy? It feels as though 2023, just at the end, really got on top of you. I feel like you're almost, your energy's been a little bit squashed just in the last part, like the last 3 or 4 months of 2023. I feel like you just crammed so much in that it felt like it just got on top of you, whether or not you became quite exhausted. You know, it was very hard to piece words together almost and be there. I feel like, you know, you just barely got through Christmas energetically. It's not to say you didn't have fun and enjoy the love around you. It's more so just you in yourself. And I feel like the energy I get is just, it's piled on. That's the type of energy that I'm coming out of 2023, and it's just like this breath of fresh air going into 24 for you, and just this flow. It's like this stream of water. So please, if you're not going around water now, please do, because just the sound of the water and the flow of the water will just really let you flow. Because there's something whether you've stepped out of a high level stressful situation, it feels like you've stepped out of it, and even if you're still in one, I feel like you've sort of checked out. And you're making the moves to shift out of that stress into the flow. But I can feel the flow, and it feels like most of you have already done it. It's just like this relief, this release. It's beautiful. Courage and bravery card. Now, this is very important because the transition from the tightness to the flow has been very pivotal to your development. It's like chalk and cheese. And you've been super brave to do it. I feel like most of you have done it. I really do. It's like, you know, when you do, you know, I'm sure you hear me rant about my beautiful relationship with Joe Dispenza Meditations, Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I feel as though you have already got there, even though your reality may not be there yet. But in your mind, heart and soul, you're living as if it's happened already. You're already flowing. And then you watch everything catch up slowly but surely. And I feel like you ought to be the next 6 to 8 weeks mainly. You know, by the start of March, it'll be just like, it was all worth it. But really just keep visualizing it and going with the flow. If you feel that you're pulled to, you know, meditation circles or spiritual circles or mediumship development, those sort of courses, something that's going to enlighten and awaken your spirituality. It's like your third eye and your crown is just like crying out for information that feeds your soul. And it's like your spiritual journey is just taken to the next level, and it's beautiful. It's heartfelt. I can feel it. But it's like you want more. You're craving it. I wouldn't be surprised if you're YouTubing anything spirituality and just feeding off it. Now, be very mindful what you absorb. So let some things come in and out. If they don't feel right, don't believe them as true, because it's not true for you. It'll be true for someone else, and that's okay. But just don't allow you, like, be a sponge. Be, you know, just don't be naive with the energy that's coming to you, because you're going to be getting a lot of people filling your energy with what they believe, and I don't want you taking on stuff that doesn't resonate for you. Okay, so just be very mindful. You can get a mentor, you can go to a class, you can watch a YouTube, but if it doesn't sit with you, you're going to know straight away. And when you don't like the feeling, the connection, you're allowed to walk away. You're allowed to question as well. So you may very well say, that doesn't make sense to me. Can you explain it a little bit more so I can understand what you're saying? Or, I heard you say blah, blah, blah. Is that right? Am I understanding this correctly? Because there may very well be just a breakdown in communication and understanding. And you may very well miss an opportunity to, learn more from that person or that workshop or that class or that YouTube or whatever it might be. Get more information, but don't ignore the energy in your body, because you're like an antenna at the moment. You are absolutely like an antenna. You are pulling in so many synchronicities and conversations that you just go, how did that just happen? Like, I was just thinking that, You know how the algorithms and the phones and the Facebook and all the rest of it, when you're on it, you have a conversation with your friend about frisbees, and the next thing you know, there's an ad on your phone about frisbees. Well, it's like that, but you're doing it. It's absolutely you, not algorithms. You know what I'm saying. Oh, the card just flew out at me. You get the surrender card, my darling. And that's how I feel like you've done it. You've gone from the stress and just to the flow. And it's just the breath of fresh air and it's like you're home. You're coming home. You're feeling like you've met your soul tribe, or people are talking about what you want to talk about, and you're opening up just from a heart level. It's just beautiful. So try your hardest to stay out of your head. Your body's going to tell you, but that antenna is it is vibing in the conversations. And as soon as something comes in that you aren't comfortable with, no, that's not for you. No, that's not for you. And that can be people. Sometimes, you might find that you go out in the world, you go for a nature walk, you go to a cafe for a coffee, you do whatever, you come home, and as soon as you come home, you don't want to be there, you want to go. So what is it you want to leave from? What is it that's repelling you? Because you might want to look at that, because this is your home. You want to nest in there. You want to feel safe. You want to come home to restore before you go back out into the world. You don't want to escape it. So if there's something there, what is it? Is it that you just simply need a new doona cover? Is it that you need to move your furniture around? Is it that you need to, get a new window in, or open the window, or dust, or declutter? But what is it? And that's just an example. That won't resonate for all of you, but it might be your workplace. You might go into your office and not like it. Move your furniture around. Have conversations you're avoiding. Oops. And we have sanctity. Through offering events, the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. So if you have a look, it's like what I see here is the stillness with a lot happening around you. A lot. But I feel as though when you really allow yourself to make the changes around you internally, changes. But also when you make the changes within you, your external changes. You've actually got more power here than you realize. And counting your blessings, the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. So whatever it is that's pushing you away from wanting to be around certain people or around environments or whatever it might be, ask the questions. Take a look at what it is that is repelling you. Is it because you don't want to face up to it, or is it just because it's not resonating with you anymore? It's got to be one of the two. And if it is something you're avoiding, it's time for you to face it head on, because you're going with the flow now. And when I say head on, it doesn't have to be an argument or abrupt or anything like that. It just needs to be that there's no hiding when you flow. That's all. There's no hiding when you flow. That's about the author of these cards. About the author of these cards. You're writing your own book, aren't you? You're writing your own book. You're creating your own cards. You're doing something, but it feels very much third eye, crown chakra, and the possibility of everything and anything, hey? Oh, God, I love this. Focus your attention on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you get to enjoy it and experience twice. That's fantastic. So that's what I was saying at the start. It's like you're already, even if you're not caught up yet, you're living like you have. which means you're experiencing it, right? And then once it catches up, you're experiencing it twice. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot. Blessings for 2024, my darling. You are in your flow. I like it. I like it a lot. And that, my darling, is your reading for Fireworks number 2. And don't forget to stick around to the end. And I'm going to tell you how you can go in the draw to win the one-on-one reading with me, the final one for 2023. Okay, Fireworks number 3. You know what? You are open. You're absolutely open for anything or anyone. The joy that I feel within my heart with you, you've been practicing having an attitude of gratitude. Just, it feels as though you're explosive, you're expansive, and you're excitable. Now, just be mindful through 2024 to maintain that energy of yours. Because I feel like through the last year, you've been all or nothing, all or nothing. And I know that with your energy, I really want to maintain it. So know when to pull away, all right? You don't have to be on the whole time. Your downtime is more important of your on time in 2024. But expect miracles. I'm going to pull a few cards out. Let me go. Expect miracles. Harmony and resolution. And I want to get one more here. Ask and receive. Your 2024. Your New Year messages, my darling. You've worked real hard, haven't you? It feels as though you've been working on stuff that people just don't even realise. You're not someone who wants to parade your successes. You don't want to shout it from the rooftop or anything like that. But I can feel the amount of work you've done, and I can feel that it's time for you to be proud of your achievements and how far you've come. You don't have to pump your own tyres. But you certainly do need to acknowledge, because you're a real shining light, and the love and the joy that you bring to individuals is absolutely next level. So you know you've had miracles. You've had at least 2 or 3 miracles in your life up until now. At least. And I know it's a general reading, but I want to say that that's for all of you. You know, like doctors potentially saying you'll never heal from something and you've healed from it straight away. Or saying you'll never have babies and you've had babies. Or feeling like you'll never have your own home and you've got your own home. You know, things like that where you've been told and you've gone challenge accepted and just gone ahead and done it. You're very powerful at creating your own reality. And 2024 is not going to be any different. It's not going to be any different for you because you're on a roll. This is who you are. But I do feel like I want, Spirit's showing me that it's okay to share your experiences with others at a deeper level because you're a natural guide. People want to know how you did it. And you're happy to share your little nuggets of experience because you know you're not in competition with anybody. As we all know, our vibe attracts our tribe. So you're going to vibe in the right people, but what you've gone through, it's like, I don't know if you've done an autobiography or a self-help book or something like that, but it needs to be shared what you've experienced to some degree. And I know that you don't, like I said, you don't want to pump up your own tires. You don't want to float your own boat, whatever. But it's necessary because you're an absolute light worker. You've been born one and people need to hear your story. And like I said, little snippets, little stories on social media, just something where people can feel into the possibilities because they relate to you. Because, we're all human and you're very relatable. People can come up to you and all of a sudden be a stranger and tell you their life story. And you're just like, whoa, where'd that come from? But now you don't even raise your eyebrows. You just, yep, that's what happens to me. They come and tell me their story. Now with that, it's because people are so inspired by you. Harmony and resolution. I feel like you've, the last 12 months especially, you've made big decisions to create your path. And you've let go of some real deep traumas and some big love. You've let go of it. And when I say big love, it's interesting because we can get to the point where we work through heartache. And once we move through it, we can miss the heartache. We are weird and wonderful creatures, us humans. So I know that you've had major shifts and you've surrendered and let go of substantial energy of past experiences in 2023. And in that, it's only enhanced your love for self and others even more. And you get the ask and receive because you've always been able to you've always been able to give, and it's only been in the last 6 months or so that you know how to ask and receive. Because you're absolutely in this expansive, heartfelt energy majority of the time. And when you're not, it's because you're resting or because you're just refilling your cup. It's not like you really get down and out like you used to anymore because your battery is so solar powered, like you draw energy off other people in the most positive way. In the most positive way. You're not like zapping their energy. It's almost like you can take their energy. Interesting. You take their energy, you clean it in your energy, you set it to go up a few more frequencies, vibrations, and then you give it back to them. So their entanglement with you heightens their existence. What the hell's that? I've never explained anything like that in my life. Thank you, Spirit. That was beautiful. See, the thing is, you're not pumping up your tires. You're not saying how wonderful you are, and you don't have to. But this is a real acknowledgement for how far you've come and what you have become. Because Spirit's saying you just being there, it's almost like you clean out people's bad energy, but it doesn't affect you because you're so filled with joy and love and abundance because you work on yourself. You work on yourself and you don't absorb like you used to. Grounding's very something you love, isn't it? Grounding. Outrageous openness. That's what you are. I keep doing this one, right? It's outrageous. Dear love, open me to your... I need my glasses. Sorry, guys. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed and I am open to receive. You're already doing this. This is you, my darling. This is you. I just feel that heart radiance is next level with you. And I feel like it's really shifted the last 6 months especially. But this is another confirmation for you. What are you doing with this energy? I mean, it's really good just being you, but I feel as though this is something bigger than you. This is something bigger than you. So make sure you're writing your list of the people that you come in contact with that you want to collaborate with, because you're a cog in the wheel of the ascension for humanity. You're a cog in the wheel. So don't go and reinvent the wheel. But know that you switch something on that is just this energy that's interesting. You know what? How's this? An old $2 note. And I'm looking at it. It keeps staring at me and I have to pull it out. Now, this is old money, right? Old money. $2 and $1. Now, the funny thing is, they're no longer what we use every day, but this $1 would be worth a fortune. This $2 is worth a fortune, but it only says $1 and $2. And I had to see that because it jumped out at me. And it's like you're not seeing your value. You might look like a $2 note, but you're worth so much more. you need to know that. And tell me also in the comments if this makes sense to you in other ways, because Spirit was really, it was highlighted. And when I get my messages, things around me will be highlighted, like they come at me like 3D. And it was just at me, and I knew I had to bring that in. So it'd be interesting to know what else that could mean for you. And my darling, your energy, I just want to hang out with you the whole time. You make me want to be a better person. You make me want to be a better person. And I just want to get one more card for you to tie this up. And it's this one. Action. Baby steps are still steps, and they're better than standing still. Baby steps are still steps. And this is you. You don't just sit around and do nothing, but you know your downtime is necessary. And it's more necessary than your on time. But it's not much. It's just minimal. That's all you need, because you've got this battery, this energy in this battery, and it's amazing. Keep up the beautiful work. That's your messages for the new year, my darling. I really love that. I really love that. Now, to win a free reading for the month of December, all you need to do in the comments is write something that you wish to share about your year of 2023. Something that you wish to share about your year in 2023. And it could be something that you're proud of. It could be something that you went through. It could be something that you just want to share. You know, sometimes we've got things on our mind and you just want to tell someone. So pop it in the comments. Something that you wish to share for 2023. And thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I will draw the winner out in early January. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting me in the year 2023. Can you believe it's nearly over? Or it's over, right? Today's the last day. Be kind to yourselves. Please, please, please be kind to yourselves. See this year out with a lot of gratitude in your heart. Call in your beautiful loved ones, your spirit team, and know that you are protected. Thank you very much for tuning in for another year. Mwah. Peace out.